Hi everyone, welcome to Maybe B. I'm May, and today we're going to finish Love Sea. We're going to watch the special episode today. It's two-parters, but I get super excited. So the story was of Rak, who's a writer. He writes beyond novels, and he was writing one on the sea. So his friend's like, go to the sea, don't be lonely. Here's a guy who's going to take care of you. And he paid this guy to take care of him. And they ended up being in a sugar daddy and sugar baby relationship. This was kind of difficult for them because Rak doesn't believe in love because his parents were in that kind of relationship, and his father just wanted money, and his mother was completely obsessed with the guy. And so it ended up badly. He was violent and everything, so lots of trauma. But Mook was like, no, it can't work because the friend that paid him and made Rak go to, they have mutual friends. Basically, Connor is Rak's friend and Calm is Moot's friend, and they were in that kind of relationship, but now they're married. So Moot's like, oh, it can definitely happen, and he was completely in love with him. So it's like, no, it can't. So yeah, then there's V and Mook. V is Rak's best friend and actress, and Mook is Rak's assistant. They're in a fake relationship because they want to keep the paparazzi away from weird rumors that V keeps getting. And it's called the Babe Mission, and we don't really know what happened with that. The series ended, and I'm like, yeah, but like the last time they had kissed, and then Mook panicked because she felt guilty that she took advantage, and V was like, that was the whole purpose, but nobody talked about it, so I don't know what's going on with them. And it ended very open with them, so I don't know what's going on. I don't like that. I just like, if you started with I need to know. Don't just leave me hanging. Anyway, so then there's Palm, who is Moot's assistant. He promotes him and works with him on the diving and the shop and things like that. Prin is Rak's cousin, completely jealous of him. She does everything he does. So, he became a writer, so did she, and so on. She had this plan to ruin him, but then Rak was ready, so, ruin her instead. So she got pissed, and she was like, okay. So she paid Rak's father to go and destroy him emotionally, and he tried, but then Mook came over and was like, no, but then the contract ended, and because it was, that was what the father made him Rak do, and the last episode made me cry so bad, because Mook declares his feelings, but Rak is like, I don't believe in love because, with his parents, and then his sister, who ended up getting pregnant, the guy left her, so she's raising Mina alone. Mina's super cute. And so it was just very hard. Then we have Boss and Newell, who are, they're actually themselves, because they're actors doing part of the BL series, which was part of the plan that Prin had. I have no idea who Wit is. I don't know if we met him. I don't know if we will meet him. I don't know. Who is this guy? It's a guest role. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't paid attention enough. I was paying attention for Boss and Newell because I was waiting to see who they were. I've been waiting for Wit, but I don't think I was paying attention enough. But yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention enough, I guess. Maybe he's coming now. I don't know. Well, we're going to see. Okay. Is it going to be angsty or is it going to be full of fluff? And then what is going on with the girls? I don't like open endings. So, now I'm invested. I need to know. All right. There's no little clip at the beginning. There's no little flashback of what that was. It was just like, here's the sea and the song. Okay. Heaven on earth. Oh, that's gotta be their house. Looks like a shack from here. Is he alone? 2025. What is this, in the future? My house. He's got the tattoo.
ตลอดเวลาที่ผ่านมาชีวิตของผมคือความกลัว
Oh yeah, she's looking at the tattoo.
กลัวที่จะเจ็บกลัวที่จะรักกลัวที่จะมีความสุขจนผู้ชายคนหนึ่งก้าวเข้ามาในชีวิตและสอนสิ่งที่มีค่าที่สุดให้กับผม
Sorry, that was saucy.
กลับไปหาใครที่บ้านหรือเปล่า
รู้ทันรักอยู่เรื่อย
แล้วไหนรัก
รักจะรากเขาขึ้นเตียงแล้วก็ไม่ออกจากห้องสับแต่เป็นคนเขาอยู่ที่ไหนอะรักก็อยู่ที่นั่นแหละ
God, he's super sweet. Like once he allows it himself to do it, he's like. So they're all gonna go on the island. Is this the first time they go together? Is she calling her? Like are they? Like how long has it been? Are they like together now? Like why is she so happy? Like how long has it been? What's going on with them? I don't like to be left like hanging like this. I need to know.
มากกว่าคำว่าคิดถึงไหมครับคุณนักเขียน
ผมน่ากลัวให้ได้นะ
คิดถึงนะ
แค่ไหนครับ
มากกว่าคำว่าคิดถึงอะ
Oh my
ต้องใช้
god.
คำไหนล่ะ
Oh wow. Okay. He's imagining it now.
ผมคิดถึงคุณ
รักคิดถึงหมุดนะ
Oh my god. I'm like all like I'm gonna get squealy, but I shouldn't because gosh, these two. When Rak allows himself to be like in love, oh, I'll share tomorrow. When Rak allows himself to be in love, like he gets so adorable.
นี่ไงของดี
He's cleaning up for Rak.
โอ้ย
Oh, poor Paul. Poor Paul. Paul is just. He's like, I'm reading your sexes. Oh, and he's like, look at his smug. Oh my gosh, his smug face is everything. Oh my god. Oh man. That is something I don't want to know about my best friend's sex lives and things. That he's like, he's reading. Oh my god. Sorry, this is look at his smug face. He's all like, it's white. Everybody can read it. Just gosh. I'm okay. I'm not okay, but I'm okay. Just look at his smug face. Oh. But his
ไม่
face
โชค
on
ดีนะเนี่ย
Oh no, don't start. You'll never
ใบ
stop
หน้า
again.
หล่อเครียดเกรงในตาคมฉายแววดุร้ายป่าเถื่อนปากหล่อเหลาจนหน้าใจหายพี่
He's like, give me a second. I gotta read this now. I'm invested. Oh, once you read a BL, you never get away from it. Like it's done. It took the longest time for my sister to try and figure out why I was so obsessed. And I was like, no, you gotta read this shit, you know? And then she was like, no, you know, because I started with fan fiction and stuff. It was like a very random fan fiction that I ran across, and I was like, oh, these are guys. And then it was like, oh, well, whatever. And I don't discriminate. I'm like, whatever. The story's good. Let me read it. And then it was like, oh my gosh. And then I started reading another one, and then another one. Then you could say, and then it was that manga that I read, and I was like, oh my god. And then I was just spiraled out of there. And then my sister's like, why? You know? And I was like, no. And then in the last few years, I finally got her to read one, and then now she reads basically just that. Oh, it's all thanks to me. I did the same thing with my class. I think my first year of high school, I got everybody into manga in general, because I would come in and I would always have a volume on me, because I would stop at the journal and just pick one up, the newspaper stand. I would just pick one up, sit down in the class, and just start reading. And everybody was like, what are you reading? And then I was like, I'm reading these mangas. And everybody's like, aren't they for kids? And I'm like, no, and so I kind of got to know the girls, and I was like, for some reason, my entire class was females, whatever. The first time it was we were all females except one boy. Now we were just females. And so I was like, I'll bring you some, right? And so for each girl, I would bring a different series depending on the taste, and then we got them completely hooked. And it was just like a whole switching around of my manga, just going around the classroom so everybody could read it. Got everybody hooked. Those are general, like, mostly shoujos, some shonens, and a couple of mahos. But once you start with Palm, your innocent eyes. Oh my gosh. Palm is going to be one of those fans now. He's like, he's gone. Now I can read in peace. Oh my gosh, Palm.
กูจะรีบเดินไปหาผัว
Come to mommy.
เต็มปากเต็มคำเลยนะคะเพื่อน
Read more of those books. You'll understand. What?
ฟาดให้
ฉันจะไปดำน้
I'm gonna dive now before it gets bad. The herrings, yay. Dreamlight Valley. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. He's got like a crest. I would have been fun because my dad's hair always did this crest. Every time that it like there's wind, it's just his hair would and you know, we'd always joke with the rooster crest because technically our last name means fighting roosters, or you know, fighting cocks. It's like the when you see cockfights, all these roosters, and then you know they're trained to like attack, whatever. Because the town where we're from, where he's from, was next to the town where it was very popular to have these cockfights, and so last name, and so you know we're always like, oh, the rooster crest, you know, from the fan, because anyway, he has a rooster crest. So sorry, very sidetracked here. He took the mask off. What was the point of wearing it anyway? Obviously, trying to kiss with that is not easy. Oh, they've done it before then. His hair is wild. I mean, there's like no one around.
ไม่มีใครเห็นนอกจากมุกนี่
You probably did it on purpose anyway.
เจอผัวแล้วทิ้งเพื่อนเลยนะจ๊ะ
Obviously. Like, you're on vacation, but then he's like, oh, she's lashing away. So yeah, they have been together. So okay. Looks like eggs and sausage from here.
หมายถึงดำน้ำหรือจูบนายล่ะ
Or both. You look so pretty right there. That was a really good
นาย
shot.
เคย
เพราะฉันรักนาย ฉันก็รักทะเลที่นายรักด้วย
Oh my god. That was so sweet. Oh my gosh. Because I love you, I've come to love. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was beautiful. That was like a poem. Oh my god. That was such a good quote. I'm gonna have to like write that down. Like, oh my god. That was a beautiful line. I love it. Oh my. Oh god, she's too. Oh my gosh. I want to see that waterfall he mentioned
ำที่
once.
ไหน
So they're having some sweet romantic moment. Oh. That's sweet.
แค่นั่งเรือบ้านๆ ผมจะมั่นใจได้
See, the thing is, yeah, it's cool. You shut down a 5-star restaurant just for one person, had a part, whatever, you know, cool. If you have money, there's only so much you can do to make something, you know, because I feel like because you can buy everything, and you have money to do everything, then you've got to go extravagant. Otherwise, you know, how's that person going to be surprised? But because he has money, he doesn't have these moments that like Moot just did, you know, let's go on a boat ride, make dinner, have champagne, like the little romantic alone time moment. Like, doesn't have to be expensive, it just has to be personal. And I feel like Rak would like that better because he's like, yeah, 5-star restaurant, yay, like, you know, like he's never had that before, you know. So Moot feels like it should be underwhelming. I'm pretty sure Rak is probably like, no, this is the best I've had, you know, whatever. But like, and he's like, see, I like personal gifts better. I like things that are more like, you know, like when your friend draws them and things like that. Like, you know, my friends and I, we always had problems, you know, none of us ever had money. So when it came to like presents and everything, it was, you know, I've got like this RG Vega right over here. This is done by one of my friends who gave it to me for a birthday, and it's beautiful. I love it. I have, you can't really see it because of the reflection. That's Razor from Genshin Impact. He's my favorite character, and my friend drew that for my birthday last year, and I love it. It's just beautiful. I love it. It's like, the little handmade gifts are like the best things ever. And I absolutely love those more than if somebody gives me like something like a gift or something. Well, to be fair, my friends once got together and bought me one video game. It wasn't expensive, you know, but it ends up being my favorite video game. So it's just because I really enjoy playing it. And then my friends got together to purchase that game. And, you know, Eternal Sonata is like the best. I love it. And I really want them to like transfer it to like PlayStation 5. So, because the only reason why I still have my PlayStation 3 is so I can play that game. such a good game. Love it. And so, it's the little things that count. Little gestures, little things. You don't need to have something expensive to make it count. That's what I feel. And I feel like this is like your mood's like, I can't really do much better, but like, no, this is for, I mean, it was so pretty on the boat. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
มันจะไปสู้กินบนเรือกลางทะเลได้ไง
I mean, like in the middle of the sea, not the
ฉัน
ocean,
รัก
but
อยู่ที่ไหนกับใคร
I mean, like, just to see my friends, because we all lived like in a different region. Like I was living like at the bottom of the Dolomites, and my friends were living in Tivoli. So to get there, it was like an hour and a half to drive, going and coming back. But then I would do it just to spend one day in which we could all talk about all the crap that's happened to us, and it was just like the best time ever, and I loved it. And it's sad when some of the friendships fall apart. And I wasn't even in the country when like everybody started to have a fight, and then all of a sudden nobody's friends with anybody anymore. And I'm like, what happened there? I was out of the country. What? Damn. And now it's like I gotta go separately every time. It's like I gotta go this one, and it's heartbreaking when you grow up. But anyway, that's just nothing to do with it. But yeah,
ฉันไม่กลัวอยู่แล้ว
I'm not afraid. Oh, you should be. He's like, stop
ไม่
teasing
แกล้ง
that.
คนทำงานดีกว่า
You should be afraid.
ซื้อเลยอยู่แล้วนี่
True, you just bought the house and just like, here's a house.
แต่มันเป็นบ้านเรา พูดมากน่ารำคาญสุด
It's like, yeah, but I can't get through with these. Yeah, I feel like he doesn't really care. I'm like, yeah, I'm just living with whatever.
6 โมงแล้วครับ
And you woke up with an alarm clock? Jeez.
ๆฉันตื่นละ
Really? Are you? He's wearing the bracelet?
พอรู้ผมชอบคุณใส่แว่นเนี่ยใส่ย่วมจังเลยนะ อยากให้ผมคาใจตายหรือไง
But they're not blue filter. So what? I mean, like, I get it that if you need it for reading, but like, if you don't wear blue lens filter, then what? Like, and I know that like some people are like, oh, but you don't know, we don't have enough research to see if blue lens filter really work. And I'm like, well, I've been wearing them for years, and the moment in which I get glasses without them, I'm always like, my eyes burn, my eyes hurt all the time. So when I wear the blue lens filters, they don't, and I'm like, well, obviously it's doing something. So I'd rather have the blue lens filters. Okay, it's annoying because then you can see all the weird reflections on them and very bright colors and stuff. But whatever. I mean, you kind of need it. Protect your eyes. Protect. You only get those eyes. Just protect them. So yeah.
ก็อยากใส่ให้คนแถวนี้มันกลับบ้านไว
But then again, I get why they wouldn't do it, because unless the actor actually needs them, getting glasses with blue lens filter, I mean, because the costuming department is probably like, we don't spend money, but like Amazon sells like with no prescription blue lens filter glasses, and usually you can buy like 3 pairs for like $5, and it's like, dude, why wouldn't you? It's not like mine. They cost like hundreds of dollars because they're or pounds, because they're blue lens filter, they're progressive, because I can't see shit from my clothes or far back. I say that, but then I see completely fine when I take them off, because I don't actually have very bad eyesight at all. But yeah, so like, but you could buy the Amazon ones without any prescription at all and just use them to save your eyes. My brother did that, and then now he needs prescription, but he's like missing like 0.50, so it's not even bad, And when you get to this age, you're like, yeah, that's when your eyesight starts to go by, and you're like, damn it. And so yeah, so protect your eyes.
ๆนั่งนี้
He's got a surprise for him.
นั่ง
He's like, I gotta get to work, right? I don't think I've ever had a problem cooking, mainly because my dad's a chef, so I've only seen him cook all the time. I didn't really want to, but I looked at what he was doing and stuff like that. So when it came to living alone, I was just like, well, let's just do what dad does, and cook. So burning things and things like that just never really. But I was baking a long time before, because my mom bakes. And at one point at the restaurant, we started to make our own desserts. And, one of the desserts was the ones I created, and then Mom and I would just be baking them all the time for the so cooking has never been a problem for me, but some people have just never done it. I remember one time in middle school, and they were going to do a cooking class in home economics. Then we ended up not cooking, but we were talking about the theory behind cooking, and people just did not know. And then I seen these cooking shows where people are like, oh, the pasta's ready if you throw it against the wall and it sticks, and I'm like, ew, no. First, the wall, seriously. Second, what a waste of food. Third, if it sticks to the wall, it's way overdone. Just no, like, ew. And then I come here in Britain, and my brother was like, because he was staying at a friend's house, and his family was like, well, we'll have something nice. We'll do spaghetti with tomato sauce. And my brother sat down and looked at the plate and goes, no. So he took all the plates, threw them away, and got in the kitchen and started cooking for them. Because what they did was, they cooked the pasta, and then they put it on a plate, and then they put tomato sauce and just put it on the... No, come on. And that's just not, no. That's just horrible. Like, who does that? Like, you got to put it in the pan. You got to cook with it. That's the whole point of why, you take it out at the time in which the pasta tells you is ready. Because even though it's a little hard, because it's got to cook in the sauce as well, so then it cooks more. And it's like, if you take it out when it's soft and soggy, and then you put it in the sauce, it just becomes a mush. Oh, God. Oh, horrible thing. Oh, horrible thing. Just horrible. Oh, sorry. I get very upset at that. It's almost as bad as watching somebody just pour espresso in hot water, and it's like, what was the point? Now it's just dirty water, whatever. I said, I don't even drink coffee. Like, I'm like the worst Italian possible. Don't drink any coffee at all. I don't like coffee flavored things, but I just don't like coffee in general. But I can't see that kind of crime. You don't put an espresso with hot water. Just now, at the very least, ask for an Americano. We just make a very long espresso. It's fine, but don't do that. Just don't do that. And I saw somebody do it online, and they had to apologize because it was just like, oh my God, such a sin. Don't do that. Just don't do that. It's almost as bad as pineapple on pizza. Just a crime against food. Or when people say spaghetti and meatballs is an Italian thing, and I'm like, nope, it's an American recipe. Or anything Alfredo, that's an American recipe or a name. And it's not Italian, so stop calling it Italian. But no. Very offensive. But I do enjoy when Americans come to the restaurant sometimes, and they'll ask, so can I have a pepperoni pizza? And we're all like, really? Is that really what you want? And they're like, yeah, I want that. And then they're so surprised that they get a pizza with bell peppers. I'm like, duh, what do you think pepperoni is? It's an American meat. For us, pepperoni is bell peppers. So obviously we're going to give you a pizza with bell peppers. Oh my gosh. And I love it because I don't even try to I don't even try to correct them. It's like, you do know that? No, I'm just like, okay, sure, enjoy. It's actually really good, that pizza, but at the same time, not what they expected. I'm off track again. Sorry, guys. I'm okay. Just he cooked for him. He practiced for him, and then he was criticizing. Sorry. But this is so
เรื่อง
sweet.
บ้านนะคุณตื่นมาส่งแบบนี้อีกนะ
Take a short shower. Just go in and out.
มึงทำอะไรอ่ะ
คุ้มที่จะเสี่ยง
Oh my God. It's worth the
มึงเปลี่ยน
risk.
ไปนะ
It's worth the. Oh gosh, it's worth the risk.
เขาสอนที่กูเห็นแล้วเหรอมึงอะ
Oh, look how happy he is. It's worth the risk. Cute outfit. Are they wearing bathing suits? Who wears white bathing suits? I mean, to be fair, nowadays they actually learn that, you gotta double pat them or something, because white in water becomes transparent. I remember when I was a kid, people were just like, white bathing suit, yeah, it's so pretty. Go in the water, they come out and they're like, oh my God, you might want to cover up because you can see everything. Like it becomes transparent. Whatever. That's why you don't wear white when you go swimming. Because you're an idiot.
เห็นอย่างนี้แล้วอยากลองพายดูบ้างจัง
I've done kayaking before. It was with Girl Scouts, so but you do one side and then the other, because if you keep doing one side, you're just going in a circle.
พี่สอนให้ไหมล่ะ
I knew she would go for it. Sometime YouTube video how to do it before you get You're making her do all the work. If you tend to do just one side, and then you get with the other person, you're like, you do one side, I do the other side, okay? And you do that, and that makes more sense rather than, because it is tiring doing this, and you could just do that. But at that point, one goes one way, one goes the other, so you're going straight. Who do you think sings this song? Her, the other one, both? I thought she said that, whoever confesses first is the one that loses, instead this is the one who wins in the song, okay? I feel like this is just like fan service, like. Gonna kiss her now? Oh, she is. Okay, I guessed it right. The silence. She looks so happy. That's so cute. Oh, he looks so cute.
Oh.
He's gonna start unbuttoning it. He's like, oh shit, I gotta button up. Yeah, dude, if you're as pale, oh my gosh, that's so cute. If you're that pale, you're gonna burn. Like if I go out in this, I burn. Obviously, I live in England, so the sun here doesn't even burn. But when there is sun out and you go and it's like today, like the sun out, and if you don't wear a sunscreen, man, you just a tomato. It's just really bad. And then every time I go to Italy, I'm like SPF 50 or 70 or if I can find 100, like whatever I need to, just because I'm gonna burn. When I was a kid, I used to be like so dark skinned that I thought that was my natural skin tone. And then and then we moved and we were away from the sea, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm actually pale. I'm actually white. I had no idea. Because, I was I lived right, like literally, I just crossed the street, I was in the sand, that's how far I lived from the sea. So it was like, duh. And then it's like, oh no, I'm actually pale. That was surprising. And now I burn at everything because my skin just like, no, you're not tanning anymore. You're just burning. So he's like, oh shit, I gotta button up.
ต้องโรคจิตเหมือนนายงั้นดิ
อ่ะคุณอยากกินอะไรไหมผมแกะให้
ไม่เอาอ่ะ นายกิน
พี่เคยโกรธกันบ้างไหม
เคยสิ คุณต้องรักโกรธผมบ่อยจะตาย
It's like all the
ก็
time.
นายชอบแกล้ง
He was flirting. Oh my gosh.
sorry
Like seriously?
พี่ก็เลยจะมอมรอบหนู
Maybe. You're not gonna move to your room? Just there at the table? I mean, the other two were outside for the beginning, so.
ขโมยเสื้อผมมาแต่งแล้วคุณ
ฉันเพิ่งเข้าใจคำว่าใส่เสื้อแฟนเป็นครั้งแรก นายสอนอะไรหลายๆอย่างเป็นครั้งแรกให้ฉันเยอะมากเลยนะ นอนดูดาวบนชายหาด
Stargazing, oh my gosh.
เล่นน้ำทะเลกลางคืนก็ครั้งแรก จับฉันขึ้นซ้อนมอไซค์วิ่งรอบเกาะนั่นก็ครั้งแรก ขนาดมีเซ็กบนชายหาดอะยังครั้งแรกเลย
This is so sweet. Oh my
ที่ผ่านมาใส่ทำให้ฉันเลยอะ
โดดตามขึ้นเรือครั้งแรก มีชูการ์แดดดี้ ถูกจับแต่งตัวกลางเต็นท์นะคุณ
He's like, wow.
ขอเป็นเต้นแอร์ได้ไหม
มันไม่ได้ฟิลอ่ะ มันร้อนอ่ะ
Spoiled rich kid. You have any idea what it takes to get a passport? I mean, it depends on which country. Because, the American one is pretty easy, But, like, when I go to the Italian one, oh, God, you got, like, a list of things you got to do and pay ahead of time. Then you got to get everything ready. And then by the time you get your appointment, which is, like, months in advance, you go there. And then they're like, you got to have everything. And you're like, here, I have it. Because if you don't have everything, then you got to do another appointment. And you got to do everything. And then, you got to wait for it. Like, the last time my mom waited 7 months for hers. It was because they needed to wait for the comune or the town she lived in to, because when you request a passport to them, and they have to make sure that you're a citizen. I mean, like you're living there, and where you declare that you live. And so the comuna has to say, yep, she lives here, but they didn't. So the guy kept calling. And then when we went to pick up the passport, somebody's like, oh, I remember this last name. Oh, you're the one. Because he was from that town. And he kept calling the comuna going like, I just need to know if she lives here. I just need to... He ended up that he had to call his own parents, who went to the Kimona and started talking to their cousin who worked at the Kimona and be like, dude, come on, it just needs an answer. This passport's been like 7 months. And then finally got it. So they gotta remember also, because my mom's got a foreign last name, because in Italy we keep the last name when you get married. And then when you have kids, you can decide whether you want your kid to have his or her last name, or if one keeps one and one keeps the other, you know, it's up to you. But you keep your last name. So when my mom's in America, she's got my dad's last name. But then when she comes to Italy, she's got her last name. And it's and everybody's like, oh yeah, it's an American last name. And every time they look at her name and they look at all 3 names and they're like, they pick the middle one because the middle one is Italian, so it's fine. Oh, it's only so funny. Except that we do make mistakes a lot on purchasing tickets, because it's like, which passport are we using? Because if we get the wrong passport, then it's the wrong last name. And then we do it all the time. My sister and my mom have the same name, just flipped backwards. So every time it's like, oh shit, we bought the wrong tickets again. Now we got to pay like an extra 100 just to change the names. Anyway, passports are hard to get. And when you have dual citizenship, then it's dual passports. So annoying. And so it's a lot of work. And if you've never traveled abroad, you usually don't have a passport, because it does cost you to have one. So, you know, I get one. But like, then you got to be ready when you're ready. I mean, it's a different country, but it's not far. Where is the mouse? Map of Thailand. There we go.
No, yeah, that was close. Where is the Philippines? I thought it was Singapore. It was not far. What's it, maybe 3 hours flight? Huh. I cannot see. That's the ocean. Cool. So yeah, it's not actually that far. You know, a little plane ride. So, I don't know how far it is actually. How many hours would that take? No, this will take a few hours. No, this isn't that close. Okay. I thought it was, you know, because I connect to Cambodia and Vietnam and Laos and Malaysia, Singapore, but then you go further, and the Philippines are further away.
Cool. All right, cool. Geography. Whatever. So the Philippines, how come?
แล้วก็ต่อด้วยแคนาดา
Canada. You gonna go to Niagara Falls? That's always fun. We've been to Niagara Falls. You take a boat and it gets you like close up to it, and everybody's wearing like the things, and it was good. It was nice. It was really nice, and it was a great day that we went. And you know, you could see all these rainbows and things. Oh, that was great. Been to Canada a few times, but like you go from there to Canada. Well, actually, if the flight goes that way, then it makes sense. If it goes the other way, then it doesn't. So, because that would be like, you got to pass all of Europe. Oh, and you know, it's like all of Asia, all of Europe, and then the sea, and then you go to Canada. So it's just going that way. Yeah, okay, you could do that. Geography again. Switch side of the bed. Who does that? Because before, Rak was sleeping on the inner part and he was sleeping on the outer, which makes more sense because he gets up earlier. But like,
นี่รอฉันเล่นไหมเนี่ย
it's like, you keep me now.
ผมนี่นอนไม่หลับด้วย
Right?
ก็โตแต่ตัวเหมือนกัน
Just exhaust yourselves again. These two are so sweet. I just love them. Do it fast enough. You can actually ride and see it. Because you're cute. Come on.
เราดูดาวด้วยกัน
ตอนนั้นฉันยิงหน้าดูเลย
ใช่
Yeah.
คนอะไร
How long is that star going to last?
แต่มันทำให้ผมไม่คิดหน้าคิดหลังในบางคน
It did.
ถ้าได้ตื่นไปเจอหน้าผมเช้า
Oh my gosh, these two. My cheeks are from smiling. It's just.
ฉันรักนาย ฉันไม่รู้ว่าตลอดไปมีจริงไหม แต่ฉันขอเชื่อได้ไหม
Alright, no, I already done that. Exist, but what? But I. Sorry, I was
ฉันไม่รู้ว่าตลอดไปมีจริงไหม
Wait, forever. Oops. And, listen.
แต่ฉัน
If. I don't know if forever exists, but. Oh my gosh, this is so precious. Sorry, I had to write that one down. That was so good. Oh,
เชื่อได้ไหม
wow. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate me?
8
Sorry.
ก็ฉันชอบเลข
Also, it's not bad out of 10. Not out of 5. This is so sweet. Like, these two are just, oh my gosh, they fall asleep in this. Oh my gosh. I'm okay. I'm not okay. Gosh, I can't wait to wake up. What a scene. Oh, look at this image. It's beautiful.
ฉันรักนาย ความสุขที่สุดในโลก
Oh my gosh. He's so sweet. Yes, we gotta leave him alone. Oh my gosh, guys. This is like this is so precious. And all I did was smile, and now my cheeks really, really hurt because all I did was smile, and they were like so cute, and they were like, it's, and I do get it. It's a little bit too much. Like it's just like, okay, just fluff, and I'm like, wait a second here. You gotta like tone it down because it's like, this. Gosh, I loved it. I really, really did love this one, but it did need a little bit of a break because it's like now my cheeks really, really hurt, and it's like maybe a little remembering of something like, you know, I remember that time, and you know, something that brings you back to like what they've been through to get to this point. I feel like it needed that little bit, tiny bit of angst, just like 2 or 3 minutes in which they think back on it, and then just to. I feel like that was missing. That it was missing that little bit of angst, so just like the remembering of, you know, what trauma they went through to get to where they are now. And right now they're so sweet. Oh my gosh, I love that. This is so cute, but at the same time, it just needed something. But it was so good. So good. I really liked this one. The Thai language was new, but I enjoyed it. You know, it's not like the first time I heard Taiwanese and they were listening to their phone and they're like, wow, and I was like, oh, geez. It took a minute to get used to it. Thai just seems, yeah, I you know, it's interesting. I also like the writing, quite nice. It's quite cool the way it's done. So yeah, and I really liked Mut and Rak. They were very good. What was the name of the actors? Let's see. Pete and Fort, because I'm not even going to attempt to read the rest of the names. Again, dyslexia here, you know, there's too many consonants in there for me to even attempt it, plus the pronunciation. So Pete and Fort, interesting, because everybody's got like a short, and then like all their first names are very short. So interesting, because you got Pete, Fort, Chanya, Aya, Fourth, Ivy, and so on. So yeah, short names. Anyway, so I love this. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope it wasn't too annoying, and I didn't move around too much. I tend to do that a lot. Sorry. But yeah, so that was LoveSea, because it's their name, Rak Mut. Okay, sorry. And the 8. Anyway, so this is great. This is great. So spiraling out here. So I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Okay. All right. Bye. Hi everyone. Welcome to Maybe Be. I'm May, and I'm here to give you the rating for LoveSea, the special episode. So the story was about Rak, who's a BL writer who's kind of like lonely, doesn't believe in love, was sent to an island by his friend to take inspiration for his novel and maybe relax a little bit. And he paid this guy named Mahasamud to take care of him. And he took care of him, got into a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship, developed into more. It was super sweet. And then there was V and Mook. V is an actress and Rak's best friend, and Mook is Rak's assistant. There is this relationship. I have no idea how it got together, because at one point they were fine. You know, one was ghosting everybody, and then at one point they're together. And I'm like, what happened there? Like, anyway, so the special episode. First opinions, this episode could have been like 10 minutes at the end of the last one. I did not need to have all of this. So it was just like, okay, well, what is the point of this? And then again, V and Mook all of a sudden are together, but they've been together for a year, but they're not very intimate. So I'm like, what is this relationship going? Like, what is going on in this relationship? I have no idea. They got me invested into these characters, and then they give me nothing out of it. So I'm like, I'm more mad than anything. So whatever. But anyway, so I'm going to rate the relationships. So I'm going to have white, green, yellow, red, or black flag, or no flag. So that means white flag is a great, pure relationship. Green is a great relationship to be in. Yellow flag is redeemable. Red is bad. Black is you're going to die. And then NA for when the drama doesn't talk about, like, there's no main focus or no actual couple in there. So I put both as a green flag. They were basically green flags, so they're good relationships and so on. Then I give a rating 1 to 10 on different categories, 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. So 10 is exceptional, like there's nothing to change. 9 is really good. 8 is great across the board. 7 needs to change something. 6 needs a little bit more work. 5 is like, yeah, okay. And then anything lower is just not worth mentioning at this point. The different categories are directing, cinematography, plot, flow pace, editing, original soundtrack, theme song, emotional impact, characters, character development, acting, chemistry between the couples, mascot, logo or symbols, and ending. And then you take all of these, you divide it by however many they are, and you get the score. Directing is also a score average between cinematography, flow pace, and editing, but they will have their own categories as well. So we have here the rating for directing. I put a 6.3. So cinematography is a 7. It was really pretty and everything, but in the special there's not many sceneries in there, not many changes. So it wasn't as nice as we've seen into the show. Plot, I put a 5. There was no reason for this episode. Like it was cute, sure, but like really no purpose in it. You don't like the way the series ended, like there wasn't enough drama between how it ended with the father and Prin, and then there was a talk with the mother and about the situation, but we didn't get the talk. And I felt like if we maybe had a little bit more closure on what was happening there, that would have been nicer, but it didn't. So and then via Mook together, I don't know, so that's just weird. Flow and pace, I put a 6. It is kind of boring because there's nothing actually happening but just sweetness, and at one point you just kind of got getting cavities in there, but like nothing like talk about what anyway. The editing, again, I put a 6 because the between the flow, the pace, the plot, all together I was just like, okay, well the special's cute, but you know, not really a reason. Soundtrack is the same, so I put an 8 again. The theme song is an 8 because it's the same one. It is really nice, although I do feel like in the special they could have done some kind of remix or something, just something different to give it something else, so I didn't put it like a 9 or a 10 on that. Emotional impact, a 7. Wonder Rak is so cute, like really it was like almost getting cavities. It was so sweet, it's so super cute. But again, via Mook, I'm like, how did you get together? Like I need some background story. Like anyway. Characters, again, I put down an 8. They were very well, but at the same time, I'm all like, you know, I feel like Mook is just resisting too much as a character. And I'm like, you've been together for a year at this point, you know, I'd lose. Character development, I put down a 7. There's not really much change. Rak and Mut, definitely. Rak is like a completely different person. He's like super sweet and everything. But we and Mook didn't really have a development much. Like, there's not much going on with them. Acting, I put that an 8. Again, Rak, Pete and Fort are amazing. I do feel some of the other ones brought it down, but 8 is an awesome score, but still. Chemistry between the couples, again, I put an 8 because between Rak and Mut, they're skyrocketing. Those two are like, wow. But again, I feel like there's too much via Mook kind of, like, I don't know, didn't connect as much. The mascot logo or symbol, that is the tattoo that he's got, and not only is it super visible because it's on his neck, but then Rak put it on his hat. No, oh my god, it's like the symbol of his shop. Oh my gosh, I love it. So this was very well used. I really like this, so I put that an 8 for that. And then the ending, I put down a 7. We did get, you know, the couples together and finally, and we got, but I did feel like I just wanted a little bit more closure on what happened in the series, what happened to the bad characters, like, you know, I mean, just a little bit more. But it was really good. So the overall rating is a 99.3 divided by the 14 categories. You get a 7.1. It's a little low, but at the same time, it is a special, so it isn't meant to be like, oh my gosh, you know, like part of the series. It's just meant to give closure or give a cute little episode like that. So it was cute, but like that's it. So yeah, anyway, so that was LoveSea. I hope you guys enjoyed it. LoveSea special. So if you like my ratings, there is going to be a section for ratings, which means it's the ones that either I didn't react enough to give more interest, so I'll put little snippets there. Or I watched it with my family or while trying to get to sleep because I'm an insomniac. Or I couldn't pass the copyright thing, so I couldn't. So just put a few snippets in there. So that's what's on my ratings. Otherwise, there's a reaction channel. I will put more series on there. Just give me a minute. This is my first one, and then we'll see. And so I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know in your comments what you thought, what you thought about my readings, about my reactions, and should I rate different categories, and what categories should they be? So yeah, just let me know. And well, I hope to see you guys around. All right, bye.